All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to work session from the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee. We're going to start with introductions, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we're going to proceed today. So I would ask Representative Fecto, would you come on and introduce yourself?
My pleasure. I'm Justin Fecto. I represent House District 86, which is part of Augusta.
Representative Hymanson.
Good morning. I'm Patty Hymanson. I represent House District 4, which is parts of York, Wells, Sanford, and all of Ogunquit.
Representative Corey.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Coy. I represent House District 25, which is part of Wyndham.
Representative Fay.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Representative Jessica Fay. I represent House District 66, which is parts of the towns of Casco, Poland, and Raymond.
Representative Millett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. Someone Millett, House District 71, towns of Norway, Sweden, Waterford, and West Paris.
Representative Cardone.
Hello, I'm Barbara Cardone. I represent House District 127, which is part of Bangor.
Senator Davis.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Paul Davis, and I represent Senate District 4, which is all of Piscataqua County and parts of Somerset and Penobscot.
Senator Bailey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Donna Bailey, proudly serving the residents of Saco, Old Orchard Beach, Hollis, Leamington, and part of Buxton in the Senate.
And my good co-chair, Representative Peirce.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Teresa Peirce. I represent the majority of Falmouth and District 44, and delighted to be here today and see everyone.
And I'm Kathy Breen. I represent 6.5 communities in Cumberland County in the Maine Senate, and I serve as Senate Chair of the Appropriations Committee. We are joined today by our wonderful staff. We have our clerk, Marianne McMaster, and our analyst, Maureen Dawson. So today is a work session where we're going to be going through some report backs from our colleagues in some policy committees. These report backs are a result or a byproduct of our public hearings, which we did for several weeks in March. And so then after we have those meetings with our policy committee colleagues, they have their own session where they go through the budget items that relate to their policy committee and they vote on each item. And then they send that back to us for our consideration. And then we work on that as a committee. And typically what we do at the beginning of the process, like we'll be doing today, is going through some of the initiatives that are what we would call low-hanging fruit, that are where there's widespread agreement, widespread understanding, and we're ready to vote those in. And I see that Representative Cloutier has joined us, so I'm hoping that she can introduce herself.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sorry, I am a few minutes late. I am Kristen Cloutier. I represent House District 60, which is part of Lewiston.
Welcome. There might be a couple other folks joining us as well. These are straw votes, but we will be moving in by reference number in the motion. And we will also be using our report backs as our format to walk through each initiative. We're not getting to all the report backs today. We're doing a certain set, and I'll announce those in a second. I just want to let folks know that if an initiative does not get voted on today, it just means we're not ready. It doesn't mean we're rejecting it. It means we just haven't gotten either all the information or all the agreement we're hoping to get on it, and we're just not there yet. So if you see an initiative that's in the report back that we skip over, that's on purpose. It's because we're not ready to vote on it yet, and we will get to that at another time. So it looks like our analyst, Maureen, is here, which usually means she has something informative to say.
Well, maybe not, but I also wanted to point out that in the report backs, there are some initiatives that were included in LD 715 as enacted, so that those would also clearly be skipped at every stage now of the LD 221.
Correct. Yes. Thank you for that. In addition, there are some initiatives that the committees generated themselves that are outside of the governor's budget as proposed. And we're not going to deal with those today either. So we're just going to deal with the initiatives that were in LD 221 that did not go into LD 715 and are ready for voting today. I'll ask my co-chair if that was clear and informative for everybody. Is there anything I need to say more about that?
No, I thought you covered it all. Why don't I announce the order we're going to go in?
That would be great.
So we're going to do HCIFS first. Then we'll go to IDEA B, which is Innovation, Development, Economic Advancement, and Business. Then we'll go to EUT, Energy, Utilities, and Technology, Transportation, and then Labor and Housing. And we are working from our report backs. So I'll, not only will I reference the reference number, but I'll also say what page we're on of the report back.
Thank you. And I'll just say to all of our members, if you need some time because you're flipping around in your report back and you're not quite caught up, please just let me know. Just give us a shout, say, hang on a minute, and we will stop and make sure everybody gets to the page that we need to get to. So are there any questions before we start from any of the members? Representative Fecto.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Are we still doing the digital thumbs up? Because I know they're not viewable to the public.
Yes, we are doing the digital thumbs up.
Okay, thank you.
And I will announce the results so that folks who are listening and can't see the thumbs will have the tally.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Any other questions before we get started? Okay. So I think Representative Peirce is going to make the motions, and
Representative Millet, excuse me. Just got off the phone with Representative Millet. My apologies. Representative Millet is going to second this section.
Wonderful. Thank you. So what page are we going to start on?
We're going to start on page 12 with the Dental Practice Board, reference number 2236. Give everybody a second to get there.
Appreciate that.
We looking pretty ready? I'd like to move in reference number 2236.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? How many people do we? It's unanimously in. I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11-0.
Then I'd like to move to page 14. And I'd like to move in reference number 2197.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I just need time to get to these different items.
Okay.
To look at them.
Are you using your report back? Yeah, that's going to be much more cumbersome to get to that. Do you have your report back with you?
Which is the thing that the committees gave us.
That starts with a memo from the committee.
No.
I mean, I can go get those. I did all of my notes in this. I didn't do it in those specific report backs.
So that's gonna wind up, I think, slowing us down considerably, but why don't we see how it goes with HCIFS? Okay? We'll see how it goes.
So we are on, did we vote on page 14, reference 2197?
We started to, but I was not
That
able
was
to.
discussion.
Right, there was some
Okay.
discussion, which is fine. So I just would ask folks to vote again. All in favor, please, with thumbs up. Looks like 11-0.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I'm sorry, but when we caucus this, we did not use those specific report backs, and that's why I don't have those notes. I can go to those report backs and then I can try to refer back to those sheets, but
So,
and I'm
so
not
let-
really asking for anything special. I want to vote accurately and do.
absolutely. So here's the situation, is that the document you have in front of you is a working document for our committee. It's not available to the general public. It's not posted. It's
Right.
something that we use internally for our own tracking, but everybody who is following this and using publicly available documents is using report backs. So
Can we just-
that's why, but if do you want to take a break and
go.
I was
kinda-
going to say, can we just take one quick moment? to
Absolutely.
process this real quick? Thank you.
Sure, no problem. And I just want to say hello to Representative Arata. Would you like to come on and introduce yourself? And then I'll take Representative Fecto's question.
Oh, I guess his question was answered.
Oh, yes, it was. And Representative Arata joins us from the Golden Gate Bridge. Welcome.
Um, my computer's not working right, so I'm having a bad morning with the computer. But anyway, my name is Amy Arata, and I represent House District 65, which includes New Gloucester and part of Poland. It's good to see all of you. And
Thank you.
yeah, I'll be flying back from San Francisco this afternoon.
Representative Arata, do you have your committee report backs handy for voting?
You know, we caucused them and I did look through them, but they're all on my computer, which is frozen right now.
Okay.
Oh, so I'll try to go by memory.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
So we are taking a brief organizational break, and we will resume shortly.
Somehow the, I know you did last time.
Representative Corey, we are happy to give you a few minutes to get organized. Just give us a shout when you're ready to go.
I'm good to go.
Okay, great. Thank you. Representative Fecto, you all set? Great. All right. So I think we are still on page 14 and on reference number 2197. And did we vote on that?
We voted on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I wasn't sure either.
So are we 13 now? I think we are.
So now we're going to turn to page 18 of the report back. We're in the nursing board program 0372. And what's reference number 2224, and I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? That'll be 12-0. And I was just reminded that we're missing Representative Martin, but of course he's recovering well and hopefully will be joining us soon. So reference 2224 is in 12-0.
Now I turn your attention to page 20 of the report back, the Office of Securities, program 0943, reference number 2248, and I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Oh, Representative Fecto?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is the increase due to an increase in fees to anyone?
I don't know the answer to that. Would you like to, looks like Representative Hymanson.
As I'm aware, and I asked that question to the committee, there are no increases in fees.
I would concur with that, Representative Fecto.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Any further discussion? All in favor? Passes 12-0.
I turn your attention to page 21, the Office of Securities again, reference number 2249, and I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Any discussion? Questions? All in favor? That'll be 12-0 in.
On the same page, 21, Office of Securities again, reference number 2251. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
Page 22, Office of Securities, reference number 2252. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
Page 22 again, Office of Securities, reference number 2253. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
Page 22, Office of Securities, reference number 2254. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
Please turn to page 24, Optometry Board, reference number 2239. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
On page 24 as well, the optometry board, reference number 2240. I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
The next the next one starts at the bottom of page 24 with the optometry board, continues on to page 25, reference number 2241, and I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? Maureen, are you coming on for a reason?
I am, I'm sorry. On 2240, I only saw 11 votes.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know who was missing because I was
Thank
looking
you.
at the
It
tab.
was me. I lost my Wi-Fi for a minute.
Gotcha.
But I vote in the affirmative. Thank you for
Thank you.
noticing.
Thank you. Thank you both. All
So I-
right. So we're still on 2241.
Correct. It's been made a motion and seconded, I believe.
Great. Any discussion? All in favor? $12-0 in.
And now we're on page 26, osteopathic licensure board, reference number 2232. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? $12-0.
And that concludes our voting on HCIFS.
now it's idea B, Paul.
All right.
Our next, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We were going to do idea B, and I believe Senator Davis will be seconding my motions.
Great.
Getting to the first. I turn your attention to page 12 of the report back. This is Community Development Block Grant Program 0587, and it's reference number 706.
Second.
I make a motion to
Oh, I'm
move it
sorry,
in.
you haven't moved it yet.
I was just
Sorry.
waiting for people to get there since we're on a new report.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries, no. So I'll make the motion to move it in.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? $12-0 in.
And now we're going to go to page 24. The Office of Tourism, reference number 696. I'll vote to move that in.
Second.
Everybody there? Any discussion? All in favor? It's 12-0 in.
And now we're on page 34. Administrative Services, Professional Financial Regulation 0094. Reference number 2204. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? $12-0 in.
And then we're on page 37. Engineers, State Board of Licensure for Professionals 0369. Reference number 2216. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? $12-0.
on page 37 as
I'm
well.
sorry.
Oh.
Was that really 12-0 or was somebody late in voting on 2216?
Shall we do it again?
If you don't mind, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Actually, I think I saw the 12th thumb after I started, so I think we're okay. Unless there's somebody that said no.
Any opposed?
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
So page 37, Engineers State Board of Licensure for Professionals 0369, reference number 2217. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0.
And now we're on page 39, Licensing and Enforcement 0352, reference number 2213. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0. Thank you.
And that concludes our voting on idea B for today.
All right.
Now it's EUT.
Right.
Yeah, our next budget will be EUT. And we'll begin on page 5 with Efficiency Main Trust. And that is reference number 934. And I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Can you hold on one second?
Yep.
Sorry.
Sure thing.
Can you please
Right,
repeat
what
that?
was the page again?
Sure, let me repeat all of that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Page number 5 of the EUT report. It's Efficiency Main Trust. It's reference number 934.
Thank you.
There, yeah.
So that's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Okay.
12-0. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I think that's all we're doing in EUT today.
Well, that was easy.
A lot of paper movement for that, but you know, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Our next budget will be transportation, and I believe Senator Davis is seconding these motions.
Correct.
We're going to start on page 2, and when everyone's kind of looking up, I'll know that we're ready for the motion. How's that?
Good idea.
We good to go? Anyone need a few more minutes? Everybody looks good? Great. So again, we're in transportation. We're on page 2, but it starts at the bottom of page 1 with State Police 0291 and reference number 2314. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
I just want to check with Maureen. For some reason, I thought that was in.
The one above it is in.
Was in 715.
So
sorry, Maureen, I can't hear you.
That's correct. The reference number 2313 was the one that was in LD 715.
Okay, thank you. And Mary Ann, can you make sure I'm a host again? And it looks like Representative Fecto has a question.
Sure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a question about this reference number. Are these positions for MIAC?
I don't know.
They're in state police, which I believe is separate from MIAC, but I don't know that for sure. If you'd like to table, we could table and figure that out. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm okay just voting the way I want. And
Well, would you like more information before you vote?
I would.
Okay, then why don't we just skip these for today? We'll come back to them. Will you chase that down for us and get back to the committee, Representative Fecto?
I will look into it. Yes, Madam.
Great.
Chair.
I'll move the table.
Who moved to table?
I did.
Representative Corey did.
Okay.
Do we
Thank
have to
you.
do that, or can we just table it without moving the table?
We've got a motion on the floor, so.
So we'll table the motion to move it in and we'll just move on.
Is there a second for the motion to table though?
A second.
Great.
Right.
So the next one would be on page 2 as well, state police as well. This is reference number 2317. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero.
Next, we're on page 3. State police again, reference number 2325. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Sorry, I'm getting a little behind myself here with my own notes. 2325 on page 3?
Correct.
Thank you. All right, any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
And then we're going to page 5. Traffic safety commercial vehicle enforcement 0715. This is reference number 2371, and I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
And that concludes our voting on transportation for today.
Yeah, next one.
All right.
Our next budget and the last one for today will be labor and housing. We'll be starting on page 4. People feeling like they're
Yeah,
there?
when you're ready, look up.
Great. This is the Maine Energy Housing and Economic Recovery Program, Z124, reference number 1071. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Senator Davis? Thank you. 12-0 in.
Our next page is page 9. This is the administration dash labor 0030, reference number 1877. I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so this was one that you had just received a memo from Department of Labor, and I believe they indicated that these two initiatives, 1877 and 1878, were intended to be one time only. So I
So
don't
we
know
need to amend it.
if you're okay with that, then it would be an amendment to make sure that the initiative language indicates that it's a one-time only shift in funding. So
I'll make a motion to move in as amended.
and I would second that.
So the item is, these are kind of a pair that go together, 1877 and 1878, one part general fund, one part federal funds, and they are one time only. We're going to change the initiative to reflect that it's one time only, and that is the motion that has been seconded. And I would ask if there's any questions or discussions.
Are we going to vote on each of them separately?
Right. We've been voting on everything separately. Did you want to tie them together, Senator?
Since the amendment applies to both of those initiatives, I would say yes.
So I'll, just for clarity, I'll move in reference as amended, reference 1877 and 1878
And I'll second the new motion.
in our
Thank
straw
you.
poll world here. Thank you.
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in as amended. There are a number of, in the DOL in particular, a bunch of these are kind of pairs.
You want me
So
to
I
do those
know,
together?
I know in the past, Maureen, we've done them in pairs. Is that okay to do today?
that's fine. You mean when there's one initiative and there's two different, that's fine as long as everybody knows that they're then voting in the amounts in both in all of the funds within that initiative. It makes sense to do it that way. But either way works.
Representative Millet, is that okay with you?
Certainly, and if we can just identify them, I know there are a couple coming up soon. The next one, however, is a one-time issue, I believe.
We will identify them as we get there.
Exactly, thank you.
Sure. Is that all right with you, Representative Peirce?
That's fine by me. And I want to clarify that the next one that we're going to do, I believe, is amended language as well for one time. Is that correct, Maureen? There was
What reference is that?
1899.
I did not have a note that 1899.
Okay, then I was confused then by the statement. So we're on page 11 under blind and visually impaired division for it's section or program number 0126 and it's reference number 1899. And I'd like to move that in.
I will second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? That's in 12-0.
So our next item begins at the bottom of page 11, blind and visually impaired division of, and it continues on to page 12. It's reference number 1900 and 1901, and I'd like to move both of those in.
And I will second both of them.
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
Our next item is on page 16, Employment Security Services 0245. reference number 1934. I'd like to move those in.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero.
Also on page 16, Employment Security Services, reference number 1935. I'd like to move those in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? In 12-0.
On page 17, Employment Security Services again, reference number 1938. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
Now we're on page 19. Employment Services Activity 0852, reference number 1957. I'd like to move that in.
second,
So that goes with.
Oh, does it? I'm sorry, I didn't turn my page.
That's all right. There's federal OSR and scholarship money.
So before we hear that second, we're going to do reference number 1957, 1958, 1962, and 1964. And I'd like to move all of those in.
and with the assurance of you, Madam Chair, and Maureen, that these all do go together. We all had them coming in, so I will second the combined motion.
Maureen, is there any doubt that they all go together?
No doubt whatsoever.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
Our next reference is on page 20 as well. Employment Service Activity, reference number 1965. And I'd like to move that in.
I will second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Uh, 12-0 in.
And now we're on page 21. Employment Service Activity 0852, reference number 1967. I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
And now we're on page 25. Regulation and Enforcement 0159. Reference number 1910. I'd like to move that in.
Is there a second?
I'm searching, I believe.
Okay,
um,
take your time.
Yeah. I will second that.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? In 12-0.
On page 25 as well, Regulation and Enforcement, reference number 1911. And one on the next page, reference number 1912. I'd like to move both of those in.
I will second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
And now we're on page 27. Rehabilitation Services 0799, reference number 1945. I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
Starting on the bottom of page 27, Rehabilitation Services, continuing to the next page, reference number 1946. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
And now we'll move to page 30. Safety Education and Training Programs 0161. Reference number 1918. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
And now on the same
One-
page,
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. I only
Yes.
saw 11 hands.
Senator Davis had an early thumb. So is that correct,
Okay.
Senator Davis?
You were ahead of me. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's correct.
withdraw.
Quick on the draw.
Yeah, quick on the draw. Okay, we're on page 30, Safety Education and Training Programs, reference number 1919. I'd like to move that in.
second,
All in favor? Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask about discussion. Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0.
And now we're on page 33. Workforce Research, Z as in zebra, 164. I'd like to move in reference number 1976 and 1977.
May I interrupt, Madam Chair? Those two are also part of the memo that you just got,
Thank you.
specifying that these two were designed to be one time only.
That
And that
actually
is-
says one time only in the justification.
It does. The justification is not lost. So if you want it to be one time, we'll have to amend the actual initiative language.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So I would like to move in as amended, reference number 1976, 1977 to reflect one-time funding.
second the motion,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0. In as amended.
On page 34, Workforce Research, Z164. I'd like to move in reference number 1978 and 1979.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0.
And on the same page, 34, Workforce Research again, reference number 1980 and 1981. I'd like to move both of those in.
second,
Any discussion?
Oh, those, yeah, it's funny. I thought the first ones were 1980. That's why I was waiting so long for these amended. My apologies. So Maureen, would you like to clarify for the group again that this is another one of the?
Yes, this is. You'll see again in the justification statement, it says one time, but it's not in the initiative language. So if it's one time, the initiative language would have to be amended to reflect that as well.
So I'd like to amend my motion and move in as amended to reflect one time, reference number 1980 and 1981.
and I would second the amended motion.
Representative Fecto, anything? Any clarifying?
No, they handled all beautifully.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 and is amended.
So now we're on page 37. Retirement system, retirement allowance fund 0085, reference number 2412. I'd like to move that in.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
On the same page 37, retirement system, retirement allowance fund, reference number 2413. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? That was my chime, if anybody's wondering where that chime came from. Sorry about that.
Now we're on page 40.
We need to announce the vote total for that
Oh,
last.
I'm sorry. What was the vote for that?
That was 12-0 in.
So now we're on page 40. Kim Wallace Adaptive Equipment Loan Program Fund, Z278, reference number 2492. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? 12-0 in.
And now we're on page 44. Administrative Workers' Compensation Board, 0183, reference number 2526. I'd like to move that in.
second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Twelve zero in.
And that concludes our voting for the labor and housing part of the budget.
All right. So we are done with our work session. So I will draw the work session, we'll adjourn the work session. And I just want to give folks a little bit of a preview of the next couple of weeks. And I welcome my co-chair and Maureen to chime in. We're going to have Monday is a holiday. So we won't be doing anything Monday. Starting on Tuesday, we're going to have a public hearing in the morning on a bill that is required for the state to be able to receive ARPA funds and turn them around and get them out to municipalities all around the state. So we'll have Commissioner Figueroa with us to present that bill. We'll have a public hearing, and then in the afternoon, we will have some bond hearings. And then Wednesday, we'll have a work session on that bill, LD 1507. And then we'll have some more bond hearings in the afternoon. And then Thursday, we will have a full day of bond hearings. I think I have that right.
May I add something, Madam Chair?
Certainly.
I believe you are scheduled to have a work session on LD 1506 on Wednesday, which is just
Yes.
allowing the limited period positions to continue through the remainder of the fiscal year.
That's right. We'll hear more about that on Wednesday.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Would you mind if I just, since my colleagues that were not part of the chairs and leads may not have the timelines, 10 o'clock for the public hearing on Tuesday, 1 o'clock for the bond hearings on Tuesday, 10 o'clock for the work sessions on Wednesday, 1 o'clock on the bonds and Wednesday, and 10 o'clock on the hearings on Thursday.
That's
I
right.
think it was correct. I stand corrected if Maureen differs, but I just want to make sure that everybody had the time frames.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
We won't be doing any more voting on committee report backs next week. And then the following week, we also have more bond hearings as well as a session day. And so we also won't be doing any more voting on report backs that week. So that's a preview of the next couple weeks. Are there any questions or comments from anyone before we sign off? All right. Well, Representative Millet, would you like to give us your parting words?
Expecting me to say it's been real, and it really has.
Thank you.
I think we can, in the next go round, Madam Chair, on the reviews for the report backs, we're going to do a better job of having both report backs and MODOCs and all the paperwork together, and we'll be in sync. So I
Great.
think we can do this going forward.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thanks everybody for your good work. And I think the next time we'll be together will be next week. So have a good weekend.